A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, you are welcome to another educative package of our e-learning class. My name is Mrs. Ramat Rahim, and as you know, I'm here to take JSS1 English Studies. Inshallah, the topic we'll be treating today shall be English. It shall be increase your word power, that is government and politics. And our reference book on this topic is NOSEC, that is New Oxford Secondary English Course. This topic can be found on page 143 of the book. Behavioral objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to 1. Identify words that are associated with governments and politics. 2. Explain the meaning of those words. And 3. Use the words appropriately in your daily expressions. In our previous lesson, we looked at words, as in compound words, how we can locate the stress, as in the stress pattern in compound words. Words like classroom, cupboard, headmaster, and so on and so forth. How we can look at, or how we can identify the stress, as in the word that takes the stress in the compound word, or the syllable that takes the stress in compound words. So today, to our topic, I said the topic we'll be looking at for today is increase your word power, where we'll be treating government and politics. Government. What is government? Government is a group of people who are responsible for the controlling or maintaining the affairs of the state or of the people in a particular state. And what is politics? Politics involves the activities of using power in public life and being able to influence the decision that affect a country or a society. Like as we have in Nigeria now, we have our politicians, we have people at the helms of affairs in our daily life in government in Nigeria. To buttress this point, there is a passage on page 43 of NOSEC, and I'm going to lead in reading the passage. Students, you are expected to bring out a NOSEC and open to page 143, where you see this topic we are treating, that is increase your word power, government and politics. Are you there? Okay, if you are there now, I shall read, and as I read, I expect you to go along with me. The topic goes thus. That's page 143 of your NOSEC. Increase your word power, government and politics. In Nigeria, the presidential system of government is being practiced. In this system, even though democracy is in operation, there are three arms of government, namely the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. In the presidential system of government, the president has executive powers, but there are some checks in the system so that it does not become a dictator. The legislature is concerned with making laws which the executive executes, that is, carry out. In other words, the executive cannot make laws of its own, and it must not go beyond the laws made by the legislature. The executive is also responsible for the day-to-day running of the affairs of government. The legislature cannot interfere in this. The third arm of government The third arm of government The third arm of government is the judiciary. The judiciary interprets the law made by the legislature, and it sees to it that the executive does not violate the laws. In other words, we can regard the judiciary as the umpire. It sees that no arm of government violates the law of the constitution. The government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria consists of three tiers: federal, state, and local. The federal government is headed by the president. The state government is headed by the governor, while the chairman is the head of the local government. Each of these has its own roles spelled out in the Constitution. The National Assembly operates at the federal level. It consists of the Senate and the House of Representatives. A member of the Senate is called a senator. At the state level, there is House of Assembly, which makes laws for the state, and at the local government level, there is the there is the Legislative Council that makes bylaw for the local government. The president, governor, chairman and members of the Legislative House are elected during general election. Since Nigeria is practicing democracy, there are many political parties. Each political party nominates its own candidate for post. Each nominee has his or her own constituency. Elections are organized by Electoral Commission. Before the elections, each candidate goes around his or her constituency to campaign for votes from the electorate. The constituency of the president is the whole country. The candidate tries to seek for votes through explaining to the electorate his or her party's manifesto. As we have seen in the passage we have just read, we see some keywords that are used and explained. Their functions are well spelled out in the passage. Now, let's look at some of these words as we expatiate on the meaning and the usage and the function of these words. The words go thus. First, we have democracy. We all know, like the general definition that is used for democracy. Democracy is seen as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We can also say democracy is a system of government that involves all the eligible members of a state, that is, a government, in which everybody is allowed to have a say. Also, we have the electorate. The electorate are all the people who are eligible to vote, that is, the voters, those people who are going to vote the person they want to be in power. We also have the candidate or the nominee. This is a person who is nominated for election, that is, the person that is going to contest, or the person that we intend to showcase so that he or she can be voted into power. That does not mean automatically the person is going to occupy the position of power, but we are looking forward to maybe he can become somebody that will represent us in power. Such a person is known as nominee or candidate. And when we say manifesto, manifesto means a public declaration of policy or any aims that is usually issued before an election by a political party. What are we saying? What we are saying is that is the rollout of aims that a particular political party or nominee intends to achieve when he or she, or when such a party is voted into power. That is the program they have for the people. Then we also have constituency. Constituency is a group of voters in a specified area who elect a representative to a legislative body. That is a particular area where we are going to, the particular area where people will elect the person that will represent them in the house of assembly, either the upper house or the lower house, that is the house of senate or the house of representative. As I have said, we have the house of assembly, that is the national house of assembly, and the state house of assembly. The national house of assembly consists the upper house, that is the house of senate, and those who are elected into this house are known as senators. And then we also have the lower house, that is the house of a representative. Those people that are elected into this house are known as the representatives. The senator is headed by the senate president, while the representatives is headed by speaker, that is the speaker of the house of rep. They call it right honorable. Then we also have a lot of words, many other words that are used as far as politics and government is concerned. Like we all know that in Nigeria we practice democracy, and we hear s- lots of these words day in day out in the daily news, on the newspaper, and everywhere. Dear students, to summarize this topic that we have discussed so far, we talked about government and politics. There we define what government means as a group of people who are responsible for the controlling or maintaining of the affairs of the people in a particular state. Then I also said politics involves the activities of using influence in public life to influence the decision that people make. That is what is known as politics. I also read the passage where we came across a lot of words that are related with government and politics. And among those words, we have democracy, we have electorate, we have candidate or nominee, we have manifesto, we have constituency, we have house of assembly, where we have the upper house, that is the house of senate, we have the lower house, that is the house of rep, and so many other words. Dear students, we have come to the end of this class, and I believe you have gained from what we have said so far. If that is the case, try and answer the following questions. First, define government. And 2, what is democracy? 3, explain the meaning of any two from the words we have mentioned above, that is, the words that are associated with government. And now to the assignments. You are expected to use your dictionary to tackle these questions. And the question goes thus: using your dictionary, find the meaning of the following words. We have senator, we have legislative, we have executive, we have judiciary, we have dictator, we have constitution, and election. As we have come to the end of today's lesson, may Allah put barakah in what we have learned so far. So when as I come your way, I say Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye for now.